Hello, welcome to McBoss Capital Channel. This is Michael Chu here. This is for the week ending November 22nd, 2024. Here's a spreadsheet of all the top growth stocks that I follow. For those who haven't seen this before, we have the stock symbols here, the price performance here since October 9, 2024. We have whether it hit a highest date based on this time frame. So like November 22nd, SEZL did make a new high. Is it still in the uptrend, which is usually above 10 and 21 day moving average? Then we have the industry and group sector here. This is in financial and specialty. And then we have whether it is making a new daily relative strength high based on 3-month time frame, and also weekly relative strength high as well. So generally, it means if it closed higher on the week and on the day, at the end of the week, you will see both of them at high. So we're gonna jump all over the place today, but just for your own information, the orange color are the ones that are hitting new highs relative strength, as well as hitting new high on the price, as well as in an uptrend. The blue ones are the ones that I either currently own or are following. So the first stock I want to look at is a newer name, UTI, from the Consumer Service Education, ranked number 14 right now. It shot up due to earnings this week. This right now small caps are showing lots of strength. So again, this is a newer name on my list. 1 billion cap, $25. It's gonna be, expect more volatility whenever a stock is around $20. You can see the earnings growth here from 17 cents to 20 cents, and then growing 18 cents, 15 and 45. So all consistently in the positive. So that's one of my fundamental criteria right now because there's so many growth stocks are doing well. My criteria is quite strict that the next 4 quarters should be positive and close to 10% or above. In this case, the sales also going decent, not strong, but okay. So let's look at the chart here on the daily. So it broke out right here and then it pulled back slightly. Look again how this stock traded tightly and it didn't want to touch this green line, which is the 10-day moving average. And I think it might have touched it a little bit here. And that was the day before the earnings result come out. And then when the earnings came out, it really took off. Again, this is not on my radar, so I wouldn't be able to buy it here. Um, and then yesterday it followed through. So this is quite extended. Like definitely, I wouldn't have the risk appetite to buy it here. I tend to buy near the 10-day moving average when the stock pulled back to here or it just broke above it. Those are usually where I like to buy. So it's quite extended, but it's in my watch list because when they start to settle and build another base, that might give you another new opportunity to go in. So the next one is KD. It's ranked 29. You can see it has closed with high relative strength, make new high, uptrend in the technology software enterprise. So here's the base right here, and it tried to come out right here, but it kind of didn't quite make it. I bought on the earnings right here, gap up the day after, because that's when I hear about it. And then again, it falls back right here, couldn't break out right away. It settled right here around the 10-day. Let me just clear my markup for a second here. And you can see it again, very similar pattern. It just barely touched the 10-day moving average right here, and then the next day it took off. When it broke out, it just flew. So I did take a bit of profit right here, just because it was just such a powerful move, and it could have more room to go, right? Again, many stocks are doing that right now. The stronger ones, they just keep climbing. But I just want to lock in some profit and slowly move my stock up. At some point, this 10-day will move up, and this stock will probably digest a little bit. And again, if this rally continues into the new year, there's going to be lots of chances to get back into this stock and add more position. But right now, it is extended from the 10-day quite a bit, so I wouldn't chase it. The other thing I want to say is this group is really strong this week, as I show on my market weekend update video. So a lot of software enterprise are just really humming right now. and you can see the volume here, just incredible strength, uh, on the accumulation side. Next we have EVR ranked 90. It's in the financial investment rankers group. So we go here, you can see this Evercore. Again, the numbers are really turning around for this, and you can see it just keep climbing higher and higher. This week it pulls back, continue from last week, and then it rebounds. So let's take a look on the daily chart. So here's my original buy here. It gap up. Unfortunately, it pulls back, and then it bounced right here. So volume did come in on the follow through day. So that's a good sign. So again, the financial area is very strong right now. So this is one that has looks like it wants to continue its rally here. So next one here, ranked 92, WK, computer software database. Look at the numbers on the earnings side. It is improving pretty good here, and you can see the earnings line is actually shooting up straight. Uh, Pretty strong curve. And here's this nice big correction consolidation, very painful, but it has finally started to come out right here, and the volume also came in on the buy side, so that's good. On the daily chart, it has actually formed based on this market search tool here. It has formed a nice handle, and now it's starting to bounce back. And we'll see if it breaks through this handle here. Again, this is a very long base, um, so a handle, is very important to test, who has the patience to continue want to hold this stock or whether they want to get out. And the volume, on the sell side on the handle a little bit higher than average. So we'll have to see. But again, we see some buying back as we climb back up here. So there's also demand for this stock. So again, we'll see how it performs as it tries to break out right here. Next one we have hubs at number 35 right here. Computer software enterprise. Again, and very powerful area right now. We see the earnings, decrease a little bit in terms of growth, but it's still well above the double-digit number. And this is a nice clean breakout right here. Volume came in as well on the breakout. Again, this is as we saw on Workiva, this is doing almost similar. The long base, very painful to go through. Then it tried to break up, but it actually came back in. And you see we found support here on the green line, which is the 10-day moving average, and then it bounced off. So volume also came in on Thursday and Friday. So that's a very good sign. Rank number 49 is fixed in the building heating products industrial area. Make new high on the uptrend right now. Here is the weekly chart. Nice earnings growth. Sales growth is also stable. So we broke out right here a while ago, and we continue to run. Look at this pullback here to the 10-week moving average, and then it bounced off right there. So here's where I got in right here on the bounce back, and then as it climbs, lock in some small profit here, and let it continue to ride. Look how it hasn't come close to the 10-day moving average, and also notice how on each of those up days where it closed always near the top. So there's lots of demand for the pricing here. So yeah, and volume has been pretty good on the upside. So next we have ALKT, also hitting new relative strength high, ranked at number 84, computer software financial. Here's the weekly chart right here, strong earnings growth. It broke out right here on the weekly chart, and then it has a pretty big pullback, but so far it has been able to rebound off the 10-week moving average, which is the red line. So we did go through some turbulence here. It break out, and then it did hit not quite 20% gain, but then it pulled back on the earnings and got a new low right here. Then it tried to bounce back out, and it's very volatile. Then it pulled back here more, and the volume started to drive up a little bit. Now it has been rebounding pretty strong. So I took a position right here. Next we have SIM. This is in the top 12 right now. Machinery, industrial, the symbolic here. It's a turnaround story. You can see it has negative earnings, now it's going to positive. This is a very volatile stock, as you can see from the chart, around $39, 22 billion market cap. The earnings line has really improved. You can see this line right here, but the stock price hasn't improved much yet, but now it's starting to improve, and it just passed this long-term trend line right here. Volume really kick up. So again, this long-term trend line, which is around the 200-day moving average, with the black line. So it broke above it right here, and then it came onto my radar, and then it pulls back and bounce right here, and it gives me a chance to get in. Volume is okay, slightly above average. So we'll see if it can follow through now. That would be the hope. The 10-day slope looks like this right now. So we'll see how it acts around the 10-day as well. So the stock that probably most IBD traders talk about is APP. Ranked number 3 right here based on performance. It's over 130% since just October 9. So it's in 6 weeks. It's a pretty big gain. Again, in the software enterprise technology area, really strong earnings. So this one, you can see the earnings line, which is the green line right here. It just keep moving up higher and higher. And this was the really last big base down here on the weekly chart. Then it breaks out right here, and then it climbed pretty nicely. There's only one red week here, which is not even down that much, and the volume wasn't there. And then when the earnings came, that was really what propels it much higher. And then even after that gap up, it was able to go sideways. And then I think some IBD traders also got in. I missed that entry point, but anyhow, it's taking off again. So it has come up a lot, this stock. So you can see right here, really nice. So it tried to, again, didn't want to touch the 10-day right here on the green line, and then it bounced back. So it looks really good. Even on the down day, like it didn't close at the bottom. So usually that also indicates there's some buying as well. So some buyers coming in still. But yeah, this would be probably the entry point would be around this level. And yeah, I didn't get into it just because I feel like it's really extended. But obviously this stock, again, I pay a lot of focus to how it acts around the 10-day. And this is exactly what you want to see. It didn't want to come back down to the 10-day, and it never want to touch it. So that's a really good indication that there's just lots of buyers wanting to buy this stock, not allowing it to come back down. Another software enterprise stock here, MGNI, also hitting new highs in the software enterprise world again. This is a very strong group right now. A lot of them you can see, we've seen quite a few now. They're all just starting to break out from the traditional base. Strong earnings growth. And the earnings line, is still slowly climbing, but it's going to improve, right, as it goes forward. So here's the traditional buy point right here, breakout from this cup base. Pretty long consolidation as well, and that's my first entry point. It really jumped out the gate really fast and just took a lock in some profit, probably slightly too early, but that's okay. Then it pulls back and bounce right here. Again, look at how it acts around the 10-day. It just wants to bounce off it. And even on the selling side, the volume just keep going down. And then look at it, it's climbing back and now making new highs. So this is really good. Next stock we want to talk about, again, another one in the software enterprise, AudioEye, rank 61. So we have this humongous turnaround right here, which moves this stock up very strongly. Then we built this base, and then it tries to break out, but it really did fail. Then it comes back down, and then it forms another very volatile base. You can see it just keeps going back and forth here. Finally, it broke out on strong earnings, but then this week here, it knocked me out, and really, again, very volatile stock. So here's the knockout right here. This is the traditional buy point right here around 30, and so it's been, as it going down, the volume start to dry up. You can see right here, and then as it bounced Thursday, Friday, the volume came back in. So is the selling done? I'm not sure, but at least right now it looks a lot better. But that being said, I don't like this action right here. Just the humongous selling. I'm not sure if it's fundamental related, so if it is fundamental related, then probably it might not have much energy to move, right? But with that being said, this stock has performed well. Um, so maybe it could have another chance. So then the next one we have is rank 97.4 in the financial area. So this is in credit card payment area, and you can see the earnings growth continue to climb. This is a very nice earnings line, pretty stable. However, the stock itself is quite volatile, which is kind of interesting. Um, so we had this huge base right here. Then we have another pullback right here, and then it finally breaks out. Then we have another pullback, and then it goes up, and we have another pullback here, and then now it rebound again. So volume is really high. Um, I don't like seeing the highest volume here because especially it's been many weeks now since it's running. That could be the people just FOMOing into this stock, and that's why we see all that volume. Anyhow, here's my entry point right here as it bounced, but again it didn't work right away. It came back more, and then it finally bounced right here, and then even then it didn't really move much as it moves up higher. um, and then finally this day right here on Thursday, it started to move, and I locked in some profit there. Next one we want to talk about is Wix. This is another one in the software enterprise world. Looking at the earnings, it's slowing down a little bit from the higher numbers here, but it's still pretty decent growth, right? Growth 25%. Here's the breakout again. Very strong group right now. Just lots of names breaking out. This is and it moves fast. Look at this one, moved really fast after it broke out. So unfortunately, I didn't catch this one. So this is the nice rebound right here from the 10/21 day, a reversal day, and then it gaps up on the earnings. So that's probably the reason why I didn't get in earlier because there's earnings. And then after the earnings came out, it did follow through. And look at the day on Friday. It just doesn't want to come down. It closed at the top again, and then the volume obviously came in to support that reversal as well. So this might want to go higher. And again, right now stocks are there's quite a lot of stocks that look like this where they gap up and then they get extended even more, and most of them do not even want to come back down to 10-day. And so this is definitely FOMO type of action happening right now, and so you either FOMOing into it, but just again, risk is always very important to manage, so just be cautious of that. The next stock that's also at the top here, rank 42 SQ. Again, another one in credit card payment. That's blocked here. Look at the earnings right here. It's doing pretty good. This is a long base. It finally break out. This is the lower entry point right here from a handle. Look at the volume on the breakout, and it's still going right now. So this initial buy point right here, it broke out, but then it fell right away. Then it started to move out again, and I got my first entry point here. So this time it seems to work better. And then it pulls back right here. Then it bounces again. So it's quite volatile. And when it does bounce, it bounces pretty fast. And so far, it's able to not pull back. And you can see how tight it's trading. And it just doesn't want to come back to 10-day moving average this time so far. The volume is pretty high on the buying side. Looks pretty good. Another credit card payment company here is TOST. They deal with payment mostly. You can see this is making new relative strength high. Here we can see the earnings also turning around. Used to be all negative here, and you can see the earnings line right here. Here's the breakout, and then when it broke out, it was just like kind of sitting around, moving back and forth. Not too volatile. It looks, and then it got tighter here, and then it just started to move out, and then the earnings really gap up right there, and then it since continue to move up higher. So this is another powerful stock right here. Some of the ants here, ants are like where it shows accumulation on volume. So it's starting to show up here as well. And look at that, it does not want to touch the 10 days, so that could be a either at position right there. Fortunately, I missed this one, so looks really good. Another strong stock is Reddit, which has been running for quite a while now. So you can see here the nice breakout on the weekly chart, gap up on earnings, and then it continued to climb higher. very powerful. Earnings looks pretty good. Here's the daily chart. Again, this was the earnings gap up. After the second day, it pulls back. Again, look at where it did not want to come back down to the 10-day moving average, and then it bounced. So that could have been positioned at there. Then it moves up higher, and then it falls back to the 10-day right here. Found support, bounce again. Again, that could be an add position here or here, and then here we have another strong day. But it did kind of open lower on Friday. I'm not sure if there's any news. So yeah, so here you go. So this looked pretty weak to me because it gapped down, and then not only that, it didn't really recover much, right? So you like to see it recover halfway or something, but it never did. Instead, it just kind of so this looked like an L shape now, right? That's a bearish pattern. Rank number 60 is GPOR, Gulfport, Oil and Gas US Exploration. So surprisingly, oil again starting to do better. Here's the breakout right here, the daily chart. So it tries to break up and then it pulls back and then again found support near the 10-day, bounce off it, and now starting to come back down a little bit. Again, the 10-day is catching up. So we'll see how it does near this line again. Next is VRT, rank 57. This is in the electrical power equipment group. So this one has, we talk about this almost every week. This one, look at those earnings numbers, impressive. And then we have this huge correction. This correction is about 43%. Then it came out and it digests right there for a few weeks, and then it finally moved. So here we are. It's the handle right here, a short handle. Came out for a little bit, then it digests right here near the highs. Then it does one more pullback, and then it took off here. Then it pulls back in again. Look at the support right there around the 10-day. Then it bounced. So that was a big move on Tuesday. And then look at very similar to last like how it kind of move up and then it just stay at the top, right? So it hasn't come back down to the 10 days so far. So usually just signified as more buyers than sellers right now. Number 11 is ALAB from the Electrical Semiconductor Fabless Group. There's not many chip stocks on the top list right now. Again, we talk about this on the market recap video. But this one is one that really did move this week. Again, earnings is really impressive. Huge correction. This is probably a lower entry point right here on this breakout. But on the traditional high point right here from the previous high, you can see it came back and tested again. Right now it looks a little bit extended from the 50-day. So I'm not sure how much higher it could go. So here's the daily chart. So here's a really low entry point, super low entry point right there on this gap up. Then it formed another handle right here. So this is the earnings gap up. Then it moves up and then it pulls back and then it bounces right here on the 10-day. That's when I start to take a position. And then here we have another gap up right here. And then on Friday you can see it just comes back down. Volume is near average, so we'll see how this react as the 10-day comes closer to it. So we're gonna go through each group and just highlight some of the top growth stocks that we haven't yet talked about. So here we have ML, rank number 5. We have AVPT and the database. So again, lots of software guys are really moving. Look at this, all these software groups right here. We still have PLTR, TWLO, Fresh. I'm only highlighting the ones we haven't talked about. Shopify, Rambus, Globe, Q2, CVLT, Spotify, Prima. This one is in a slight downtrend right now. Duo, C1, DV, RNG. You can see ServiceNow here, LSPD here. The consumer retail group, there's TZOO, LRN in the service education, Olo, RVLV, apparel shoes, Cabana, PBPB, Netflix we talked about in the market recap video, SFM, SNCY, SkyWest, Delta all in the airline. We have leisure service, XPOF, and RCL. we have ATG in the service education, DoorDash, another transportation airline, AL, Expedia, DraftKings. You can see the rest here. It's Flutter here as well. Flutter is not ranked properly, so anyhow, it is doing really well. In the industrial group, we see XMTR, DSP in the advertising, Upwork in the staffing, CLS, electrical contract manufacturing, MGT, chemical specialty, AXON, security, VST, electric power, KRNT, machinery, general industrial, CAE, aerospace defense, TTMI, contract manufacturing, DRS, aerospace defense, WC, electronic parts, JPT, machinery, CR, diversified operations, QNST, commercial service advertising, AZAC, building construction. So you can see there's all these other ones here as well. So the health group, not the strongest, right? There's not many stocks in the top 100 here. We have ATEC, MDGL, VCEL, WGS, PRCT, ADMA, PAN, RDNT, DDSG, MESI, CNMD, HAE. That's it. Here we see some commodities related like BE in the energy alternative, TPL, oil and gas royalty. So lots of oil and gas here. You can see GTLS, AROC, AR, YI, TRGP, OKE, HLX, NOA. Then we have some mining stocks, CCJ, AA. Again, they're not ranked too high, but they're in the top here. And then we have other stocks here as well. Still, a lot of them still in uptrend. Like the mining ones moving back up right now. Finally, we have financial stocks. I think this group, just like the software area, they're doing really well. You can see a lot of them making new highs, right, on the relative strength. So SEZL, SOFI, GSHD, EX, LPLA, NERDS, JEF, NWA, MS, SFBS, EBR, Charles Schwab, SF, 4, NTRS, and so forth. Again, this list is probably the biggest list right now, and a lot of them are in uptrend, and you can see all the relative high strength here as well. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe, and comment if you want me to talk about any of your stocks next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.